Ready.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Let's do like 30 minutes and be done.
Do we even have 30 minutes worth of stuff to talk about?
No.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Prepare for power, we're diving into a world unknown where legends begin. Jim, Christine, and Brian guiding the way. In Azeroth we'll conquer, there's no time to delay. Server restarted, we're ready to play. Join us now as we fight day after day. From dungeons to raids, we'll conquer it all. In the world of Warcraft, we'll never fall. Server restarted,
Well, welcome back to another episode of Server Restart In. It's getting back to being a weekly World of Warcraft podcast hosted by three opinionated, I guess, players who like to discuss their thoughts about the current state of the game. My name is Jim. I'm joined by Kristen.
Hello.
Oh, yeah, that makes a lot more sense as to why you're so quiet. And
Yeah.
Brian.
Hello.
The mic is like on like the side of her desk, like 3 feet away, like from her mouth.
It was a good thing because I was eating, so.
But yeah. So this week has been kind of a bust as far as playtime is concerned. This weekend was pretty busy with St. Patrick's Day activities.
Yay.
And that is what happens when you are a bagpiper. But,
Not for me when you're not
well, you're not a bagpiper.
a bagpiper nor a heavy drinker anymore.
I didn't even drink that much. Too busy playing all day Monday. It was great, though. Good times. Fun to go around and...
I did play quite a bit of WoW though.
Did you? What you been doing
I
in WoW?
did.
What are you playing? You playing, playing your
What you
hunter?
been doing in WoW?
Playing my hunter, trying to gear up as much as I can.
Right.
Wound up getting 2 slots at 649 or whatever it was.
Okay.
I now have 3 piece, and they're all like high level.
Nice.
3 piece, so like at least 630 something or higher.
Okay.
So yeah, not doing too bad. Trying to figure out how to play my class again. I switched from what was it?
Marksman?
Sylvanas mode. Yeah, well, marksman, but the Sylvanas one
lone
over
wolf.
to Sentinel. I don't think it was Lone Wolf. It was,
You're talking about the
Dark-
hero.
Yeah.
Hero.
Dark Ranger. Is that what it
Yeah,
was?
Dark Ranger.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
remember.
I switched from that one over to the Sentinel one because apparently it does
More damage.
enough better damage or more consistent or something. I don't know. I actually like the rotation a little bit better. It's not a whole lot different, but you don't get Black Arrow anymore,
Yeah.
which Black Arrow always threw me off. I'm just dumb though. I really don't know how to play my class, but I'm doing a little bit better DPS now, and so trying to just get. I was actually trying really hard to get prepared for Sunday, and then I finally realized that it had been canceled. So it worked out though, because I got my vault prepped up and everything, and then
Yeah.
yeah, Tuesday was nice. So yeah, just trying to get to the point where I would like to play. I would like to raid. I won't be able to this weekend because we'll be out of town, but be prepared next time.
Yeah.
We're ready to go.
The first couple bosses we did were pretty fun, so I got to put in the event for it for Sunday.
Yeah, I didn't like LFR, but I think we talked about it last week.
It's
Well, sorry, I like the raid. This LFR was so chaotic that like
you don't really
my
learn
slow-
it. Yeah.
yeah, my slow brain can't do it. Like I need the comfort of Jim's world.
Yeah, you're funny. LFR is really hard if you don't have an idea what's going on, because it's like things are just happening.
Yeah, I mean, I have a smooth brain anyways. It takes me like a few ticks to actually get something to stick. So, and
Well,
it's
'cause
just like
smooth and it slides right off, right?
Well, no, yeah, it glances like there's there's a gravity well there, and it just glances off of there. There's no chance. But the funny thing was the reverb boss, that puts down the stuff, and you gotta like
Yeah, and you got to
jump
go.
into it. Yeah, so that one, like over half the raid was dead, and they still completed it. But it
That's
took
nice.
like forever. Yeah. So I was one of the dead people first off, and so I'm like, oh well, all right. I'll try to figure out what's going on, I guess. But not too bad.
Yeah.
Played the crap out of I mean Dells with Brawn Tank are done. Those days are over.
Oh, are they though?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, even the buff really didn't do enough.
The one that just came out on like, I guess it came out like 6 days ago, didn't it?
I mean, it's DPS though. Like if you're a healer, I'm sure it's probably perfect. But for if you're trying to just help make sure that you can DPS without getting knocked down, using him that way, it doesn't work that well anymore.
Well,
Switching back to healer works great again. So
they nerfed him, and then on the 14th they buffed him again.
I don't think they buffed him a lot though.
Well, he takes 13% reduced damage. This is all tank stuff, right? Tank takes 13% reduced damage, 5% reduced, additional 5% reduced damage while using the shotgun. He also receives 25% increased healing while using the shotgun, which his maximum health was increased by 10%.
I do have to say it's that's at tier 9 though, so like he was still kind of getting like chopped up a little bit.
Yeah. I haven't done. I go in on tank and I just leave him on DPS. I go in on blood and do it so I can do the 11s, because 11s will give you the gilded crests for this season, which are like the top ones. You can get like 21 crests like a week or something like that.
Really?
That way. Yeah.
Does it have to be a bountiful one?
I believe so. But you can only do 3 of them a week.
Right.
And you don't need keys for those crests. You can get more than 7, but you're guaranteed 7.
I got you.
So, yeah, which is it's
It
fun.
was fun. It was fun. It was I did the I figured out that I had not been to the area in the Ringing Deeps, the little new area.
Excavation Site 9 or whatever.
Yeah, so I wound up running that, and that was kind of difficult, but
It depends on which one it is. They've also
this
fixed.
Oh, that's true. Yes, this is the one where the one that I did was where you go to the end.
Yeah, and you have to close the portals on the way back. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. The dells are fine. They're just not. Once you get them,
No, well, it's just challenging enough where it took like I did last week I did the side something sluice,
side street sluice. Yeah.
Yeah, that place. I did that quite a few times, but at the higher tiers, like for me, it was challenging, but like it actually was challenging to the point where it was okay. Like I was dying when I was making stupid mistakes. I was, actually working through it, so it didn't seem like a pushover. I enjoyed it, so not too bad. The only bad part is just like when Braun was tanking and then he just like is obliterated, and then now I have to mitigate the timer for him because I can't get to him and revive him because I get hit 2 hits and die too.
You got to find some way to get out, slow him, get to him.
That's what I mean. Like I'm like, I don't really want that to be my challenging gameplay necessarily. You know what I mean? Like I kind of want to be more engaged, but
yeah,
that was just like, okay, well I gotta go run up the stairs and jump down, and then they'll go down the stairs, and I go run over there and do it, and I'm like, that's kind of gamey. That's weird. It's like it's not as fun as it could be, but it's what it is.
Yeah. Let's see. What else have I seen that's been interesting? Trial of Style is coming back with new rewards.
It left?
Well, it's not around all the time. It's a occasional thing that happens. but it's going to get war wraps and vigilante masks and stuff like that. So basically, it's trading post recolors. It's going to be available from it. Apparently, you can also if you complete certain activities in your best transmog, you can earn some more trading tenders. And I don't know what. So Fashion Week is what's coming up. It's the 20th. Actually, it started today. Oh boy, should go do some of that because there's new stuff to collect. I don't know what the event stuff are, but it'd be interesting to see. So there's just some, like, I don't know. Doesn't really look like anything worth getting, but it's back. New stuff, if that's your thing. It's fun to kind of go in there and do it.
It's got to be better than the butterfly stuff that's in the store. Stupid ass store. I had like tenders from like 4 months, so I just bought the mounts to get my mount count up, and that was it. I was tempted to buy the butterfly thing on the back and just go raid that way. Get the butterfly bow, just get them a butterfly or where the fuck the thing was. Have some fun.
Yeah.
You know, just
Let's
heaven forbid they put anything interesting inside there at one time. It's got to be all one way or the other. It can't just be a variety of things. Stupid ass game. Make me go play the get fun.
Stupid game.
Use my squirt gun.
Get your little
And
Murloc
in my
floating.
Yeti suit, my Yeti onesie with my squirt gun, and Jesus.
It was fine when it was just like one or two things, like the Yeti suit, right? Cool. It was like one thing.
Traditional WoW was always like that. Like the Christmas stuff was kind of funny, you know, all this stuff. Mountain Dew thing came out. Okay, that's hilarious. It's just one thing. Yeah.
Night Elf Mohawks.
I mean, say that like we say that, but then like there's the like Gallywix raid, and it's all the goblin stuff is silly. So
yeah, but goblins are like that anyway, and it's just like kind of over the top. It's not like
completely like breaking the
I
don't know,
immersion.
Oh well.
So apparently, had some shit go down in China.
What happened?
A couple days ago. NetEase, they removed the Mythic Plus titles from 8,900 Chinese players who got the Tempered Hero War Within Season 1. Wow, they went back? That's last season. Wow, I guess apparently there were some exploits.
Didn't you just get the game back like last year?
Yeah, so there were some exploits where you could get like full raid buffs from follower dungeons or the story mode dungeon. Or you could use Winter Veil and Lunar Festival buffs to push health and damage into the billion. What? Into the billions?
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
What? Apparently, some people found a way to mind control Legion mobs to apply their buff to the team and bring Dream Surge. But well, see, that's different, right? Mind controlling the mobs and using their buffs on yourself, that's not like... Is that an exploit? I don't know. We'll talk about some mind control stuff in a little bit. It's really funny, but apparently people were also getting like about 3,000 players for same kind of shit in PvP. So yeah, so they removed the titles and I guess whatever other things went with it. So that was pretty funny. And then they posted all the players' names who had the stuff revoked, like their name and their server. And so like they like publicly shamed them as well.
Wow.
Which is hilarious.
Hate.
It's hilarious because it's probably not Blizzard's way of doing it at all.
So on the PTR for 11.1.5, there's been a preview. I forgot to bring this up last time. This is kind of one of the things they had put in like some of the preview notes for 11.1.5 is that they're adding a new UI element, and it's the cooldown manager. So it's essentially like what weak auras do for your cooldowns. They'll have like a whole thing which will be like not your bars, but they basically look like your bars, but you can move them around and stuff like that. It's its own element and stuff like that. So it'll show all like your major cooldowns and stuff like that, and keep track of it so you have a better view instead of looking down at your action bars all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, they took it from weak auras, obviously weak auras that do, but you got 4 main ones. You got essential cooldowns, utility cooldowns, tracked buffs, and tracked bars. So, yeah, it's pretty neat to see some of that stuff get in there. Getting into a fully customizable UI. I don't know if you can pick which ones you want to track or if it makes that determination on its own, but it looks like it's just on its own. But yeah, I thought that's pretty neat thing coming up down the pipeline.
Pretty cool. I don't use weak auras as it is, so
I don't either, but this would be. I use an add-on called Doom Pulse Cooldown, which basically you set up your spells and like you can put it in a location, and when it comes off a cooldown, I have it set so it shows the icon and it grows and it fades out, so I can see it like pop up and fade out, so I know it's off cooldown. But that's assuming I know it's on cooldown to begin with, and half the time I don't even see it. So it was kind of I was kind of using it to try and track Pillar of Frost, because that's kind of like a big damage thing, but I don't know. I look at my bars a lot to check. So mind control.
Oh yeah, what about mind control?
There is a clip going around, and I think it's in Season of Discovery, and I'm pretty sure it's in Elwyn Forest. There is a flight path that lands right near the roof of a building. Like the flight path is kind of elevated, and so you can jump onto a roof. And it's a alliance flight path. And there is a troll priest sitting on the roof, and his name is Chimney Time. And what he does is when a player lands there, he mind controls them and somehow maneuvers them to jump inside the chimney of the roof.
Interesting.
Once they are in the chimney, they cannot jump out. It is too high to jump out. So there's like this clip, and these people are dying laughing. They're like, what in the actual fuck is going on? And there's like 3 or 4 of them in the chimney and stuff like that.
People are just hanging out in the chimney?
No, the priest is putting them in there.
Right, but I mean...
Well, yeah, because they're trying to jump out or see if they can, like, get out, probably. They're, like, not, like, staying there forever.
Just hearth?
Yes, I'm sure they can just hearth, but it's just the audacity and the balls of this person. And their fucking character's name is Chimney Time.
Yeah.
It's like they're getting put in timeout, and it's hilarious.
Oh,
and it's just
oh my god, that is hilarious.
Link, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat.
I mean, there's tons of them. Like,
oh, is there? Just find one
that
of
is
them.
so funny, dude. Oh my gosh.
It's like good-natured griefing. You know what I mean? It's like
that is great.
It's like, yeah, you're gonna cost them a hearth cooldown, maybe, or something like that.
Yeah.
But you know, it's not like he's like killing them.
Right. I mean, it's
good.
It would be so funny.
I feel like that's pretty harmless.
It is. I mean, it's pretty harmless from. Can you just imagine some people are just getting so fucking pissed?
Oh, sure.
Great.
It is ridiculous.
That is so
Yeah.
awesome.
I can definitely imagine people getting angry.
It's so funny. It's such a funny thing. It's like, how do you find out that that is an inescapable chimney?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like, did you get stuck there?
That's probably like the only place in the world where it's all lined right there perfectly to do something like that.
Well, and it's just like, because you land and get mind controlled, and then they just jump you over onto the
Yeah.
roof because it's jumping distance
Right
to get on the roof. But like, that's probably, like, you're right, the only place that you can do that. It's just like the
That's
right
cool.
set of
It's
circumstances.
just like there's like 4 or 5 people just stuck in there trying to jump out and they can't.
Oh gosh.
It's
That must be pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, and like any of the videos you watch where there's like sound and shit like that, like there's this one where this guy and this girl talking, like, what the hell is going on? And they're just like dying laughing. Like they're stuck
Sure.
in the fucking chimney, and then they're watching it happen to more people, and they're just dying.
Can you imagine on foot, no mount, getting all the way there? You didn't set your
Your hearth.
Anywhere
a
nearby.
hearth or
Oh
something. Yeah, and then you
yeah.
gotta-
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh, that would be
awesome.
terrible. I've done that. I mean, not that specific thing, but there have been plenty of times where I have been like, oh, I didn't set my hearth and had to hoof it back.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's just like, I really hope they don't try to do anything to that guy, because
Yeah, that's funny. That's kind of
Spawn
funny.
a box, phone book or two, and then get out.
yeah, you can't mount because mounts are too small to fit in the chimney. So it would immediately dismount you, so you can't like mount and like jump out, kind of thing. It's so clever. It's so funny.
Oh no. I mean, and it's relatively harmless,
Right.
right? Like, you
It'd
know,
be funny if they're
let's
just like skeletons in there, like people starving.
Yeah.
oh my god.
No.
Could you
Kinda
imagine if
funny.
the game made you eat? Could you imagine if they added some sort of like you had to eat or drink mechanic,
Ew, no.
and then like somebody got you stuck in there and you
You
ate
had to
all your
feed
food
your
and drank?
pets way back in the
I know.
day as hunters, and that was fucking terrible. Or they got angry with you
And ran away.
and ran away.
Did they run away or did they just desummon?
No, they ran away.
So like they were no longer your pet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I remember feeding the pet. I thought that was cool because like when I
Yeah, it's
first
cool
played.
until your pet gets angry with you because you forget to feed him and he runs away, and then you're like, fuck.
Like,
Well, that's like half the time. You had to basically farm stuff to get the food to feed them.
Yeah. So you needed fishing or something like that, depending on
depending on the pet.
the
Yeah.
pet. Yeah.
I don't know. I thought that was a pretty neat thing. It's like just because, well, and it's just like if you wanted to like,
Well, I think it's a classic WoW problem, though, right? Like it is a really neat and like
it was an immersive
RPG
mechanic.
mechanic?
Yeah.
right, no, which is really cool. But WoW doesn't set itself up to support that. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And so it becomes such a nuisance. That's like in EverQuest when you were a necromancer, I think, and you could summon a skeleton. When you have a whatever companion with you, you can open their inventory and give them an axe to use. So
Yeah.
you could like you would detect, loot something and give it to that, and it would use it. Which is awesome. Like it is like, but that is a situation where like it's kind of classic WoW. One fight is a multi-minute thing to deal with,
Yeah.
where so the micromanagement of your class and everything that goes along with it is better supported by the environment because you're not in a fast-paced thing where those things
it
become a
definitely
nuisance really
doesn't
quick.
work now. But back then, it's like if they would have made it so that you would get like good indicators other than just the little face icon on their nameplate.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like something where like it kind of like would do something like yell at you or something to like, hey, feed me or pet me or something.
Feed me, Seymour.
Because like Ion had that right with pets, and this wasn't like you had to feed them anything. And this is not like combat pests. It's like out of like you could play with them you could like you had like emotes you could do with your pets. It's like if you had something like that, some sort of like happiness thing in there. I don't know. And like if you wanted when you level them up, you had to buy books to train them and stuff like that. Same thing with a demon, warlock demons. It's like you had to buy tomes to like give them stuff, which that's kind of, you know, a bit more involved, and I think that that's an okay thing. You're right. Like WoW is just, it just needs to just be there now.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad.
A little bit.
Yeah.
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 Sad stuff.
So sad. I need to play more.
Yeah. Which isn't going to happen. You're on spring break and you haven't even logged in.
No. I have not.
Dude, that's what I was talking about to my son yesterday or the day before. Like for me specifically, but I feel like it's common. It's like the patch 0.1 problem. Like, and it's funny because I feel like the story always does the same thing too, where they have to deviate down and do something slightly off the primary path of the story to either fluff up the end or fill in some gaps or just hold time. But like the 0.1 patch for me, almost for every expansion since maybe not BFA, but since then for sure, like I fell off. Like I didn't fall off completely this time. I've tried to play, but like it's definitely it's just not engaging as much as I'd love it to be. And I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's like I guess in my head maybe knowing that like the juicier part of the story is still yet to come. Maybe it's just hard to get into it.
Yeah, I mean, bringing Gallywix back as kind of like the main part of the story, like it's just like the intro stuff into like the zone. Like, why is Gallywix involved in this? Okay, cool. He's farming. He's using the black blood and the Kajimite to power up the thing that Illyria broke and to fix it. Right? That's it. Now we're just dealing with Gallywix again and then dealing with goblin stuff. And they're just have more power because of the stuff that they learned how to do, like the
Right.
benefit they got for doing that stuff, right? So like I know I need to finish the story stuff and see where it goes. But like as far as that, it's just kind of like they put it all in the very first parts of the campaign to unlock the fucking zone. It's like, or like even when you first get in there and it's over so fast, it's like make it so that it takes a while, a lot longer. I mean, that's the problem with anything past like the main story campaign anyway, right? It's like when the expansion first launches, you have a lot of story to tell, right? And then after that, it's you got the short content cycles, and so you have less story to tell, so it gets done quicker because people have already like outgeared all the stuff so they can blow through all the quests and stuff around it and stuff like that. And it's not really like important. And even the final expansion is going to be, you know, the story's going to be short. You might get a little more once you clear the raid, but you can do that in LFR in like 3-4 weeks into it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I get it. Like, like I said, I have not really been playing, but I've been preoccupied with other endeavors. Trying to get the stupid D&D campaign stuff going. So, that's kind of been a thing. So, I really want to see if Foundry supports the World of Warcraft RPG.
Ooh.
and then we could play it. I think I have the books for it somewhere.
That's interesting.
I don't know if it exists or if anything is for it, but I'll do some research. That would be fun to do a play some of that stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's pretty much it. Slow news week. Not a lot happening for us in the game because we're not really in the game. So,
We're not really in the game. That is true.
yeah, sometimes I wish we were, but
Yeah, but there's just different things.
they say you should never meet your heroes. So,
What?
if we were in the game, like in the game, not like playing the game, but like in the game.
I guess.
And you shouldn't meet your heroes. But I would go track down Sylvanas.
Oh.
Yeah. How? Okay. Anyway, thanks everybody for listening. You can check us out at serverrestartin.com, and we will try to catch you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.